Hello everybody! In this video I'm gonna talk about what to do during a panic attack and how you can prevent them from happening in the future as well. First thing you should practice thinking is don't fight it when you get a panic attack. It's not gonna help. It's better to just try and accept that you're gonna have a panic attack and it's gonna be difficult, but it's okay. And I usually think my panic attacks as a wave in the ocean, and instead of fighting the wave and trying to kind of walk against it, just try and flow with it. Just go with the flow. To breathe properly. It's really easy to start hyperventilating and completely freak out basically and lose control of your breathing. And if you hyperventilate, it can make your symptoms worse, and then you'll start panicking about that. So it's a very good thing to try and focus on your breathing. Usually you breathe with your chest, but it helps a lot if you breathe with your stomach. The more you practice, the easier it's gonna get. Once you master it, it's gonna help you stay calm. Having better posture. When you're panicking, your brain is basically telling you that you're in a dangerous situation. Usually it makes you curl up. Sitting like that in that position when you're panicking is just gonna add to the panic, because it's kind of like you're playing along with your brain. It's not gonna make it any easier. So the best position, in my opinion, is laying down and to just stretch out your arms and your legs, because by stretching out like that, it's gonna help you not get so tensed up, because that happens really easily when you're curled up. Distract yourself. When you're having a panic attack, you're not doing anything else but panicking and listening to your thoughts. So I would almost always turn on the TV. By listening to it, you're distracting yourself, and it's easier not to listen to every single panic thought you're having. So one of the things you can do is maybe listen to music, or read, or maybe talk to somebody, play games on your cell phone. You can try out different things and see what works for you. Wait the panic attack out. Remind yourself that the panic attack is going to end. It won't last forever. That just doesn't happen. The best thing to do is to realize that you're having a panic attack and to get as comfortable as possible and to feel relaxed and to just wait it out. The more you practice and the more stubborn you are, this will start to happen automatically. Ask someone to keep you company. It could be a friend or a relative, anybody who you feel comfortable with. A lot of people that are having panic attacks don't like being around people at all. It's really easy to feel isolated and alone. And if you don't have any distractions, you might feel that the panic attack is worse than it actually is. But if you got somebody close to you that you trust and that they're just being with you, it might help for people. It did for me. Now I'm gonna talk about how to stop having attacks. I'm writing how to stop attacks there. It's not really right, sorry. Basically just preventing them. You should tell people about your problem, because it will make them understand, and that might help you. If you're having a panic attack and you've told people around you, they will understand, and it's gonna make it so much easier for you if you don't have to pretend anything, that they know that it's difficult for you. This is one of the most important things that will help you the most. That is to make a list of all of your fears and then to grade them 1 to 10, 10 being very difficult, maybe even impossible, and 1 being something that you could consider doing. Then you are gonna have to start doing them, starting from what's easiest. All of these fears, they won't go away on their own. The key to stop having panic attacks is to expose yourself to your fears and practice doing them, and you start gradually taking on bigger challenges and just force yourself to be in the environments that you're afraid of. Because if you don't, you're just gonna stay at home and you're gonna keep having panic attacks and you won't leave the house and you won't do anything. So the only way to get out of it is to actually throw yourself out there. and do them often. Don't just talk on the phone once and think that, yay, I completed it. You have to talk on the phone until it's not scary anymore, because that's when you've overcome your fear. There's no other way of doing it, and that's something you're gonna have to realize right now and accept it. And I should also say, telling people about your problem comes into this as well, because depending on what you're afraid of, having somebody with you could help a lot. For example, I was really afraid of going to stores alone, so I would have a family member drop me off and I would go inside and come back out, and it was a lot easier doing it when I had somebody waiting for me that I trusted. Next is to write a list of things that help you go through panic attacks easier. My suggestion would be to write all of the things I have talked about in this video, and the point of this is just to have a reminder of things that help you, because as I mentioned earlier, it's very easy not to think clear when you're having an attack and to forget everything you've learned, and that's why it's really good to have a reminder like this and to read it when you're having a panic attack. It's also very important to bring it everywhere, always keep it with you, and it's also really good to show this list to your friends or your family or the people that you trust, because it's gonna help them understand you. And the next thing is to get professional help. I don't think I would have gotten better without seeing a psychologist. So I definitely recommend finding somebody who can help you, who know what they're doing. If you're getting symptoms of panic attacks, maybe you're feeling nauseous or you're really nervous or your heart stops beating faster. Whenever they're somewhere where they're not feeling safe, usually outside of home, if they get any symptoms, they usually want to leave straight away. You can't do that forever. You're gonna have to start practicing staying wherever you are, even though you're having symptoms. Eventually it's gonna teach you that even if I'm in a public place and I start feeling really nervous, it's okay. Nothing happened. I didn't get sick. I didn't faint. It was okay. And once you start realizing that, it's gonna make you feel more safe in, for example, public places, and that's gonna help you to be there more often. Recognize your safety behaviors and start practicing not using them. Safety behaviors is little things that you do, or that you check, or that you have to know in order to, for example, leave the house. One of my safety behaviors was, and this is very common I think, to always know every exit of wherever I was. You need to recognize all of your safety behaviors. It could be anything, but basically everything that you feel you have to do in order to leave the house, or something that will make you feel safe. And once you start realizing all of these safety behaviors, you're gonna have to start practicing not using them. Panic exercises, preferably daily. And by panic exercises, I mean, for example, hyperventilate on purpose. If you do it when you're not having a panic attack, you've gotten used to it, and it's gonna make it easier when an actual panic attack happen. And what I did was to grade each exercise every time I did it, 10 being very difficult and 1 that it's okay, it wasn't that bad actually. And you should do that every time you do the exercise, and you will notice that each time you do them, they're less scary. It's just a great way of seeing your progress, and it will encourage you. Don't let fallbacks discourage you, and by fallbacks I mean, let's say you haven't had a panic attack in 3 days and you feel great. You think to yourself, wow, this is really working, I'm feeling so much better, I feel so strong, and then one day you have a panic attack. It's very important not to let that discourage you, that you don't think, oh well, I guess this isn't working, why should I even bother? Because fallbacks, they will happen. You just need to get back on the horse. Basically, don't give up. Don't give up. I promise you, there is a way out. So just hang in there. Finally, one of the most important things is to read and learn about panic attacks and panic disorder, because the more you know, the easier it is to realize that what you're experiencing is just your brain thinking something dangerous is happening when it's not. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day, and good luck. Don't give up.